I've spent the last couple of years spending way more time on my phone than I'd like. And I'm sure you have too. I remember watching a video that Iman made at the start of the year about how we all wasting our lives, right? He spoke about how you scroll on your phone all day long and ask yourself a question, and you should ask yourself this question as well. After a session of scrolling on TikTok or Instagram or even YouTube, honestly, can you remember the last video you watched? Can you remember the last video you watched yesterday? Can you if I was to tell you the last 5 videos you watched, like 5 videos ago on TikTok, what did you watch? You stop yourself in the middle of a scrolling session at TikTok and be like, what video did I see 3 videos ago? You can't remember. You're numbing your brain, you're wasting your life. And it's not just, oh, I'm not doing anything productive, so I'm not living the life I want to live. Genuinely, if you carry on like this in your life, when it's all said and done, you're going to look back and you won't remember anything about your life because you didn't do anything. You didn't do anything remarkable. And you can't remember. You spend all your days. I genuinely want you to think about this. It's scary. It is scary. It's like someone came in. Think about it. Think about all that time you've spent. What have you been doing? Like when you're on your phone scrolling on TikTok, can you even remember? It's like the last year. If you spent the last year doing that, just try to remember all the things you spent watching on your phone over the last year. It's almost like someone came in with a memory eraser and just took away a year of your life, just like that. And you keep doing that, you keep doing that, you keep doing that. You wasted your life. So I remember I was having this conversation with my friends actually, because like I said, the last couple of years I've spent like way more time on my phone than I'd like. I've been studying, but I've also, I've not been doing like as many like social events that I like to do. I'm a very social person. I want a very social life, right? I wanted to do that, but it's just really difficult. It's just really difficult. It's difficult when you're addicted to the phone, and even when you're not, it's difficult to actually build that life. But I'll get to that later. I was speaking with my friends about the type of life we'd like to live, right? And if you're someone who's on self-improvement, you probably want more for yourself than cheap entertainment, right? You don't want to be, you definitely don't want to be scrolling on your phone all day long. You don't want to be going out to clubs, festivals, all that crap. Like you don't want to be doing all of that, going out drinking and everything. You want something more, right? Right. And I was speaking about this with my friends where we were just brainstorming like the kind of life we want to live. Right, and I remember I was watching. I've mentioned this a couple of times now, but I just got to keep mentioning because I think it's gold. Remember Kevin Samuels when he was giving advice to young men, like what kind of life you should be living. And yeah, he basically said, okay, you should move to like an NFL city, so you should be in a massive city. There's just so many opportunities there. You should be working 60 hours a week, and you should have a packed social calendar. On the weekend, you should be out networking, making friends, making contacts. Your home should literally be, you come there to eat, sleep, and poop. That's it, right? You should have a packed social calendar. And I remember when I heard him say that, I was like, that's my cup of tea right there. I like that. I like the sound of that. I want that, right? It's like a mafia boss lifestyle, I like to call it. You're just always doing something, right? And I've actually got a list here of the things I wrote that like I'd like to do, and I actually had to write it down because I'm not going to remember everything, right? So I'm just going to like belt off all the things I said, and maybe also give you some ideas, because I'm sure when you think about it, you're like, okay, I don't want to do all the degenerate activities. I can get the word out. I don't want to do all the degenerate activities that everyone else does. I want to do meaningful things, right? Like I don't know about you, I love conversations. I love having good conversations with good people, right? So I'm just gonna go through the list of the things I wrote down that I think I'd love like to have in my life. So I've got like, okay, instead of cheap entertainment, you want to have like lunches and dinners with your boys, right? So I've pictured like, okay, I've got this year. I'm staying with my sister this year. I'm sharing like an apartment with her. We've got like a 1-year lease. But while I'm building my life, building my social life, I'm hoping to like meet my boys, like find my wolf pack, right, of like 5 or 6 of us. And then next year we like move into a house together, and we build that life that like Kevin Samuels was speaking about. Like for me, that's right up my alley. I've always dreamed of having that. You've got 5 or 6 like-minded guys. You guys are all doing something like serious. Like I'm doing my articles in accounting. Like it's very demanding, right? You have like a friend who's like a lawyer, doctor, whatever it is, and then I'm also doing the YouTube thing. Right, I'm also doing this. I also want this to pop off, and you have like friends where they're also like working on something else on the side, and maybe we end up working on like a like this my YouTube pops off, right? And say my friend, say he's also got a YouTube channel, and his YouTube channel pops off, and you have another friend who's maybe he's not doing YouTube, but he sells, I don't know, he does like affiliate marketing or whatever it is, and we all bring our skills together and we build this amazing operation, and we make like, okay, we make really good content, we make lots of money, we provide value, like good courses or whatever it is. I know Hamza's got like the Adonis school thing. Like I definitely want to have like a paid community where it's like, where like-minded Christian guys on self-improvement can come and we converse, right? And we work hard, like as a group of like us 6, we build a platform that provides so much value. It's a nice community for people to come be around like-minded people. You go and you learn all these like wonderful skills, whatever it is. And as I said, we've all got a barometer. I don't know if that's the correct word actually. Okay, we've got a plethora of skills that we can put together, and we just build this amazing operation, and we make like a ton of money, and we share it together and whatever. And we're still working at our jobs, we're building like our careers while we're doing this, just for a couple of years. I want to get like my chartered accountant certification, so I need to be doing my articles for 3 years, just like that. And then afterwards, we see, right? You're like financially independent and everything, but like, you're living with your boys and you're building this. I don't know if you can feel like the excitement I'm feeling, where it's like you're one big unit moving towards something incredible. You're building an incredible life together, right? So you're living with your boys, and going back to what I was saying, so I'd picture like, okay, we go to the gym together with the boys, we have dinners, like we have lunches and dinners when we can, every day dinner. Like if you're living together, you'll have dinner together, and just have decent conversations. I like having decent conversations with like-minded people. As I said, I think that's what life is made of. Good conversations. We're social creatures, right? So having regular lunches and dinners with your boys, I think that's definitely one of the things. And like, okay, dates, going on dates with like your future wife, right? You've met like your future wife. Like, again, I said I'm a conservative Christian. I'm not with like, oh, have a roster or any of that crap. Like, I'm dating for marriage. Like, you meet your future wife, and then you guys like go on dates and whatever. I think that's awesome. Right in line with having good conversations, meaningful conversations with meaningful people. And then you go to church, go to networking events, hosting events as well. Like, I'd like to host events. You become the person. That's one thing I've learned. Like, we all want to be like, oh, I want to be like part of this group, and I want someone to just come and like, let me be in the group or whatever. But I've realized that like most people, I just have to be the guy who builds the group, because if I don't do it, no one else is going to do it, right? And some of the things like events, you want to be the person who's hosting all the social events. And this goes further to like, like status building and all that crap. It's like people have, okay, on a side tangent, like when people are giving advice and like, oh, you want to like get more girls or whatever it is, and there's things like status, they give the example of like, oh, the person who hosts the parties or whatever, or the person who has, if you just picture like a nightclub environment, like the DJ or whoever it is that's like running the thing, they get a lot of status, a lot of social status, and all of that. And I think in general, it's just a good thing. You want to be the guy that's coordinating things. It's nice, right? And like I said, you're probably gonna have to do it because no one else is gonna do it for you. So hosting things, try just get your friends together and be like, yo, why don't we go out for like dinner or something? Why don't you guys come to my house and we can do this or whatever? Try doing that. I think that's definitely a necessary step to building. If you're anything like me and you want to build like a good social life, I think that's a necessary step to that. Then I've got like rooftop events. I remember I was listening to First Man, and he speaks about this. He calls it like life setup, right? Where it's like, instead of going out and waiting in long queues to go and party with degenerate like low quality people and everything, like go to like a rooftop bar and have like a nice dinner there or something like that. Like, just class, something like James Bond would do. I think that's definitely pretty sick to do. Black tie events, like I remember, apparently I forgot the stat, that it's definitely a majority of men, like it's well over 50%. Majority of men don't own suits, and then the people that do own suits, just in general, men don't have like places to wear suits. They don't wear suits to their job. They don't have any events to go to where they wear suits. It's just, and I think that's sad. You should have some events where you're dressing up and you're going up, you're looking your best, you're talking to people, and all of that. I think that's incredible. So I think black tie events are sick. Like, I remember when I was watching Suits, right? The show about like high-powered lawyers, Harvey Specter, right? they had a client who's, I think they're in Vegas, and they went to like a casino and they had to like dress up in tuxedos. I was like, damn, that's sick. Like, I'm not a fan of gambling. Again, I put that under cheap entertainment, although it's not cheap. It is not cheap for the gamblers, that's for sure. But you know, I want to have like events where it's like, oh, we're having this really like high level event this weekend, right? Happens once every 3 months, whatever it is. Like, like I wear suits. I wear suits to work every day, right? Because I want to. I don't have to. You know, we do dress formal, but you can just wear like a shirt and formal pants and shoes. But I wear suits then. But like, I want to have an event where it's like, okay, I'm gonna put on my tuxedo. I'm gonna put on my black tuxedo with the bow tie. The lapels are like different. Like, and like put on a tuxedo. Like, most people don't even know the difference between a tuxedo and a suit. It's like, you can't even tell the difference. And that's when I was like, yeah, just having an event like that is pretty sick. I don't know about you, that sounds awesome to me. That sounds like something I definitely want to have in my. Like, I spoke earlier about how when it's all said and done, you know, and you're on your deathbed and you spend your whole life like scrolling on your phone and doing cheap stuff, that you getting drunk, for example, getting drunk and going on nights out you can't even remember, things like that. It's like you've got nothing to remember. I feel like at the end of your life, like, if you want to have like that roster of like, oh, I lived a good life. This was a life well lived. I feel like having black tie events in there, it's nice. It's like a nice thing to have. It's like, oh, I went to this one, I had to put on my tuxedo. It was nice. We dressed up. It was awesome. Like, I think black tie events are definitely up there with having. If you want to be a high class person, you picture like a James Bond, Harvey Specter, whatever it is. They'll go to black tie events, put on the tux, mingle, network with high level people, whatever it is. Black tie events, I think, have to be done. And then, yeah, for me, I love sports, and I think most guys love sports. I remember speaking to my friend like 2 weeks ago, and he was saying that, like, he said, okay, I say that every guy at some point has wanted to be a rapper, an athlete, or definitely a rapper, an athlete, and also like a YouTuber, but definitely they've wanted to be a rapper, an athlete. And he said that like every man deep down believes that if they tried hard enough, and the things and fate lined up properly, they could be an athlete. Like, they could be a boxer, they could be a football player, they could be a basketball player, whatever it is. And I was like, do you know what? Actually, I agree with that. I think most men like think that, oh, if I started playing the sport at 3 years old and I dedicated like my entire childhood to it, I would be a superstar. And I think every man on the planet believes that. So like sports, I love sports. Like, I love football, I love tennis. I don't know, I like other sports too. Golf, I'm not the biggest fan of, but I just like sports. So I was thinking, like, definitely as part of like having, if you're thinking of a week where you're just having an amazing week, I'm thinking like football. For me, I love football. Like, playing indoor football every week, that would definitely be in there. Football every week with my boys, doing that, I think that would be awesome. Right, so playing football, playing tennis, and playing competitive sports. I remember listening to a Drake lyric. There was a Drake lyric where he was saying that, like, I wanted to see my boys ball so bad I started up a league. And it's like, yeah, I want to start a league, right? Competitive sports every weekend. You know, you get your boys. Me and my boys have like my team, and we have like other teams where we play together and everything. And we have like a league. And at the end of the year or whatever it is, you've tallied up the points, and it's like rebuilding that competitive nature. I think that's why guys love sports so much, right? We love sports so much because it's competition at the highest level. You're competing, like, testosterone is high up. I think they've done studies to show that, like, when guys watch sports, their testosterone goes up just because it's competition at the highest level. It's what life is made of. It's what life is made of, right? And I think, just to go on a side tangent, I think, like I said, a lot of us, we love sports for that reason. We love competition and like being like the best and everything. Obviously, most of us, basically all of us, will never get to be like professional athletes. But what I would say is, I take this from Harvey Specter, right? He also loves sports. He loves like basketball. Michael Jordan was one of his clients. He loved baseball. He was going to be like he was going to play college sports or whatever, college baseball, and he dislocated his shoulder and he couldn't do it. So what does he do? He takes all that untapped energy, instead of wasting it like most guys do, where, you know, you work a crappy job you hate, you don't really try that hard, you save up money and you buy like a season ticket or whatever it is, or you go to the pub and you watch games while you're like drinking and everything. Instead of doing all of that, he took all of that competitive energy and he puts it into his career. He treats his career like a sport, right? He sees himself as like, oh, I'm Michael Jordan the Michael Jordan of corporate law or whatever it is. And I think that's something men really need to do. Like, that is so much untapped energy. There's a reason we love sports so much. And if you can take that energy and put it into like your career, into your life. I know guys say treat your life like a video game. I think it's the same concept with like sports. We love competition. Put that into your craft. Oh my goodness. Like, I think when you picture it that way, that's the way I see Harvey Specter now. It's like, it helps me like reframe things so much, because like I said, like most guys, like for me, I'd love to be a professional footballer. Like it's just awesome, man. And you got like that table, and you get to see the points that the team is getting and everything, and you've got your tally of your goals and assists for the season. Like, I think it's awesome, right? But like I said, you take that energy, you put it into your career. I think that's awesome. But also, like, again, with sports, like I think part of my ideal life, I'd love to play sports. Dude, if I could play sports every day, like I told you, if I could be a professional footballer, I'd love that. So if I could play sports as many times as I can in a week, I'd love that. Obviously, with the nature of like, okay, I'm gonna have a really like demanding job, and I'm also working on YouTube, and I have things I need to keep up. It wouldn't be possible to play like football every single day, but like, you know, definitely every single Saturday we've got indoor football at the minimum. Ideally, you want to be able to like set up your own league, and it's really competitive. You've got people coming and watching, and it's high level. It's not just, you know, you're playing with your boys or whatever. It's like everyone is good. Like, you're playing with your boys, but everyone is good and they take it seriously. And it's like I'm playing a Premier League match. Like, you create your own version of that. I think that's awesome. So I'd definitely love to have that. Tennis, you know, I take it less seriously, but I'd love to like play, you know, like on like a Sunday afternoon or something, after like church, after brunch and whatever, which I'll get to later. Yeah, I think sports should definitely be part of that. And yeah, okay, well, I'm gonna get to the country club thing now, right? So another thing I picture is like after you go to church, and you know, you've got your boys, you guys go to the same church, you met your future wife, you get along with her family and everything, you guys all go to the same church, and then after church, you know, you go to the country club for like brunch, right? And you know how brunch is, the way I'm picturing it is, because my family, we used to do this, right? We go after church, we go to like brunch at like a country club, and we just chill. Obviously, it wasn't like at the same level I'm picturing, but like picture this: like you finish church, okay, you go have brunch, and then you just sit down. Like, you've got a massive table, right? Like I said, it's a massive table. You, your boys, your family, your future wife and her family and everything. And you guys have like a couple of tables, and you're just sitting there, and you do this every Sunday, right? You eat, right? And I know for me, like my family did this, because we have a pretty decent sized family. Like, there's 4 kids, right? And so it'd be 6 of us at a table. Like, every time we'd have like brunch on Sundays or Saturdays or Sundays, like afterwards we sit down and talk for like an hour, like just talking. And I'm just picturing like you do that on Sunday after church, go to brunch, chill, right? You eat and you talk. You set out the whole afternoon to talk, like, because like I said, there's so many of you. And it's also like high quality people. I don't know about you, but like I've always felt there's like, we have people that we click with a lot more than other people. And just picture a table with like all the people you click with, right? Like I said, you've got your boys. Obviously, you can talk with them for days. You've got your future wife. You can talk with her for days. Like, the boys have like their future wives there as well. And it's just, and the families and everything. It's just people you love. People you can have really meaningful conversations with, and you do that. Picture a Sunday like that. That is gold to me. It is gold. I'm getting excited just thinking about it, right? Church, afterwards you go to brunch, you sit with the people you love, and you have meaningful conversations, and you sit there for like, okay, you eat, and then afterwards you're probably speaking for like 2 or 3 hours. It's a Sunday afternoon, you set it aside to do that. What else would you want to be doing at that time? Honestly, that, like I said, for me, that is peak. Meaningful conversations with meaningful people. It doesn't get much better than that. Then, you know, like afterwards, you know, me and the boys be like, oh, okay, I'm not a golf person, but I guess people could go play golf around the country club. Maybe the ladies like stay and they like talk. If you want to stay and talk, and instead of going and playing, you can do that. I'll go play tennis with the boys. You know, we just go change, go play tennis. But it's still like a nice environment. Like, everyone is still sitting there. Like, other people are still sitting, like chatting. And like I said, it's so many people, right? Because I just picture this, right? It'll be me. Okay, picture this. Let's say you. It's you, your boys, right? There's 6 of you. Then it's your girlfriends, right? Your future wives. That makes 12 of you. Then it's like their families or whoever you guys can bring around. Now all of a sudden that expands with so many people, bro. Like 30, 40 people, whatever it is. Obviously it doesn't have to be like that extreme, but you get what I mean, right? It's like a lot of people. So there's so many conversations happening. You've got a whole afternoon. The country club is basically yours, right? You guys have all the tables and everything. And then, you know, some guys want to go and play like tennis or whatever. I think that is awesome. Like, for me, that's a perfect Sunday. I'd love that. And then, yeah, I basically just detailed out everything, right? You want to have meaningful conversations with meaningful people. I'm like that. There's nothing much better than that, right? But the difficulty in building this, once you've like sort of pictured this, it's like, okay, you're motivated and everything, but you realize how difficult it is to build, right? And the difficulty in building this, okay, one, you need like life setup. Okay, you need to have like your time set up properly. You need to be like you don't need to be financially free. You can still set up you don't need to be financially free actually, but it would be helpful to be financially free so you can go to like high level country clubs. You can it can get expensive like doing like high level dinners and everything, but you can still do it. A first man calls it boiling on a budget. You can still do it. Like right now for me, I'm not making like crazy money at all. I'm making like just fine money. I could do this. Like I could go to like brunch, get like a $20 lunch. I'm not eating that much, and then you go and you play and stuff. But like it adds up over time, and over time you want to keep leveling it up, right? You want to level up your life, so you obviously want to be like financially free. But that's not the difficult part, right? That's really not the difficult part. If you've got like a decent job and you're making decent money, the difficult part is the people, like finding those people, right? Building that circle. And as I said, like for me, like the foundation of your circle, I know for me, like the foundation of my circle I wanted to be would be your boys. Like you need that. You need that. Kevin Samuels always said like you want to have like your wolf pack. You need like that's the foundation. That is literally the foundation. I mean, even speaking like I remember Andrew Tate was like, oh, you could be dirt poor, stranded in some country you don't know, whatever it is. Like life could be like crap. It could be something that's supposed to be terrible, but as long as you're with your boys, like it is so fun. Like you'll make it fun. So you have that. I feel for me like that is the core. No matter what you're doing, life will always be fun if you've got your boys. You could be at a crappy job and you got your boys there. It's like you look forward to going to work to speak with your boys. Think about school. Like I always love going to school to like talk with my friends. Not actually like the school, right? And it's just similar. Like the foundation is your boys. Then again, your future wife, right? And then her family, and then you guys and like all your families and stuff. Like I said about like the brunch thing where you just have everyone there and stuff. Like I think that's awesome, right? So okay, you kind of detail out what you want. Like for me, I think that's the core. That's the core. Your boys, future wife, your family and their families. All right, that's kind of all you need in terms of like your social life. Obviously, if you're working in corporate and stuff, you want to have more like you want to be a good networker. You want to have lots of contacts and stuff. But I mean, just in general, having a good social life, that's what you want, right? But then finding that, I could tell you the experience is difficult. It's difficult to build that. But there's a simple formula, right? It's where those types of people that you want to meet going to be, and go be there, right? Like for me, I said church, gym, something like gym, right? I've been working out at home, but that's because I've been waiting to just sort my life out. I'm starting to go to like physical gym. Like you want to go there and you make friends. You make like one or two guys there like that are just like you. You guys, you're at gym like 5 a.m. every morning, and you find out, oh, they're also Christian. They also like self-improvement, and they also like trying to build their life. All of a sudden, if you can find just two of those, like in a year, right, or even a couple of weeks, a couple of months, whatever it is, even if it does take you like a year, and you meet two of those, and you guys like you click, get each other's numbers and whatever, and you guys start meeting up. You've got three, right? I did say six. Like six is nice. Like it's a big one. But even if you just have three, a group of like three, that's pretty good, right? That's pretty good. And then you go to church. Say you start going to like events and stuff, and you meet like another 2 or 3 people. All of a sudden, you've got your group of 6, done, right? But the basic formula is go to places where these types of people are going to be, and then you meet them. That's how you like build your social life. But it's difficult. You need to always put yourself there. If you're like me, very social, it's fun. Like I love doing that. For me, I just need to keep putting myself in those situations. And yeah, that's kind of how you build a social life. But that's the practical step. And then yeah, like while you're building like the social, what do I say? Yeah, while you're building the social circle, you want to like build yourself up as well, right? You want to be become a person that people want to be around. Like that's definitely a good part of just being a good like socializer. You want to be the person that like when people come around, like they love your energy. They want to feed off of that. You want to have that. And I remember I was listening to, who was it? I think it was Hamza. He was he was speaking about, he was answering some questions that guys had, or like, oh, how to get like girls to like me, or whatever it was. And it's like, you're asking her to come and like join your life. So you need to create a life that she'd want to join, right? And I think that applies further than just relationships, but relationships that definitely like applies there a lot, because women love like the lifestyle and stuff. Like you're asking her to join your life. You want have a good life, an exciting life, an interesting one, right? But I think that applies to just everyone in general. Like if you want to build like a good social life, you want to be like the type of person that like, oh, if I know this person, he's going to be doing all of this, he's going to invite me to this and that or whatever, like I want to be friends with this person, right? So you want to become a person like that, basically. And how you do that, as I said, start doing interesting things in your life. Like for me, I like cycling as well. So not now, because I can't really afford to get like a really good bike, but I think later in the year I plan on like joining like a cycling club, for example. Again, similar thing. You're going there and you're meeting like-minded people and you're just out there doing interesting things, right? Yeah, so I think you should while you're building your circle, build yourself up, become like a person that people want to be around. And then, yeah, the last thing is that what you'll realize when you're trying to do this is that time and money are of the essence, right? And you cannot afford, going back to like what I started the video with, you cannot afford to be scrolling on your phone. You just can't. I'm reminded of a lyric from a Dave song where he says like, there's way too much to do, I ain't getting sleep. And I was like, yeah, that's, okay, obviously you still need sleep. Like sleep is, you get good sleep if you want to perform at your highest level in anything. Even if it's just like studying or whatever it is, you need sleep. Sleep is, there's a reason why we spend a third of our life asleep, because your brain literally repairs itself during that time. It consolidates everything it's been learning. You need sleep. Sleep is part of who we are. Don't do away with it. But to that lyric, it's like there's so much to do. When you're like chasing a certain life, there's so much to do. You can't afford to be wasting time on your phone. Like I'm just trying to think for me, okay, my job takes up obviously most of the day. Right? I'm up early in the morning because I need to get my workout in, and then I need to prepare to go to work. Then when I come back, I need to script for my YouTube videos, and then I record my videos on Saturdays, right? I need to script those, and you like wash my clothes and stuff, and obviously like ideally I don't want to be like washing my clothes long term, like I drop them off at like the dry cleaners or whatever. But like I have things to do like that, and then on weekends I need a meal prep and all of that. There's so much to do. I don't have time to be spending an hour or two watching flipping TikTok, bro. you can't be doing that. You realize like when you're trying to build this, like and if you do have a packed social life, like for me again, right now it's slow, but like ideally like I want to have a detail to you everything I want to be doing. When you do have that life, on weekends, like right now I'm shooting my YouTube videos now. I need to wake up early. I still need to shoot it. I need to shoot my videos on weekends and shoot my videos. Clean up my room, I have like change my sheets and all of that stuff, wash them, iron and all that stuff. I need to meal prep. I need to do my Sunday debrief on Sunday. It's like there's so much to do. And then now once I start packing in social events, it's like there's no time. Like there's not even time to go to sleep late because you were up watching like, okay, you're watching like an hour or two of like some Netflix video. Go to sleep late at like 10, which is what I did last night, by the way. Like I've been slipping a little bit. I need to get that on check. But like there's no time to be doing that. Going to sleep at like 10, then you don't wake up at 5, you end up waking up at like 7 or 8, and then you bath. Now I'm shooting my YouTube videos late. Now everything is behind. There's no time for any of that. It really isn't. So you need to stop watching videos. I think that's how you stop like doing that. And I remember I spoke about this when it came to like NoFap, when people always ask like, oh, how do you quit porn and all that stuff, and I'm like, you don't focus on it. It's not like your main thing. It's not like, oh, okay, today I need to wake up, I need to get through today and not watch any porn. It's like it doesn't work like that. The people who actually like don't do it is that they're so busy with like other things. They're so busy chasing other things. They don't have time for that, right? Like picture it. Okay, I just told you like what my daily routine basically is. I wake up, I need to go like brush my teeth and everything, prepare, and then go gym. And then I come back, I need a bath, change quickly, and get to the office as quickly as I can. Then I'm there the whole day. I come back, I eat. Okay, I'll wash some of my clothes, my workout clothes, and then I script my YouTube videos. I read my Bible. I do my visualization if I can, if I'm not tired, and then I sleep. Right? Where on earth am I gonna have time to watch porn then? Right? Like I don't have time to do it in the morning because I'm straight up out of bed because I gotta get to gym. At night, I'm like I said, I'm busy scripting and all that, and then the moment my head like hits my pillow, I do my prayer, I sleep because I'm tired, right? You don't have time to do all of that. And I think it's the same thing with like your phone. I think stop focusing on the bad habit you're trying to like get rid of and focus on the life you're trying to build. Because once you focus all of that, the attention gets taken away from that. Like with your phone, you're not gonna have time to be scrolling on TikTok when, oh, I've got to do this, I've got to do this, I've got to do this, right? So yeah, you realize time is of the essence. So you can do that. And then money, I think we all know like money is always going to be of the essence. And yeah, you invest your time to make money so you can get more free time in the future, basically. That's how you can buy time. You front load all your hard work, get rich, and then easy as that, bro. Easy as that. Yeah, but that's the video. It was a long one. I think it was a long one. I'm gonna check how long it took me to record this, but I really enjoyed like speaking about everything, and I hope like you got all the things I spoke about in this video. I hope it got you pumped up and everything. But make sure you subscribe to join the Self Improvement Brotherhood. Until next time, see you boys.